Okay.
All right, so foot on the brake.
Okay.
Give her a kick. It does sound good. Absolutely
Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here, and welcome to another episode of SuperCar Shopping Mondays at Marshall's. In today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about this beautiful Lexus LFA. And if you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. We're also going to talk about another vehicle back here in the warehouse that's a pretty unique blend of two special cars. I'll just leave it at that. But first, let's talk LFA stuff.
So everybody asked for an LFA. We have an LFA. Well, let's open it up, and I'm going to hand the keys over to Eve.
Okay. Hi guys, you like my beard? I'm trying to be like Arthur there. Actually, what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna have a no shave until I get my supercar.
Oh, there you go.
So hopefully I won't end up like a black Santa Claus.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get it.
Or when you do shave it, we're definitely gonna do some creations, like some mutton chops. Like, we're gonna do it all up.
Yeah. First of all, I love the carbon fiber, dude.
Oh, the carbon's it's amazing.
Oh gosh. Oh.
The first challenges arise.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, you look a little cramped in there.
Can I adjust that at all?
Yeah, so you got your seat buttons right here.
Okay.
So
Right here?
you go down here. Well, that does your tilt.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Uh-oh, we don't want to anger the gods that much.
Right.
So then you go up, down, forward, aft.
That's pretty cool. Little buttons there. I'm hoping that it's working. Well, this is actually not too bad for a supercar, right?
I mean, I don't think it is, but again, I think anybody that's with us that's 6 foot or taller is going to always understand that the challenge is real.
Yes. Yes. All right. Can I fire it up?
Key it up.
First of all, why the hell does this have a key? We're in the age of push button start.
That is a good question. But here's the best thing: is it not only has a key, but it is push button start. So it is not only old school; it is redundant.
Right. There we go.
So you have your key on.
Keys on.
All right.
Now there's a button somewhere.
So you have a button on the steering wheel, kind of like a Ferrari.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
As your turn signals are still
turn
on.
signals on.
Yeah, you're turning to the left.
There we go. Okay.
All right. So foot on the brake.
Okay.
Give her a kick. It does sound good. I'm gonna go around back. So nice. The exhaust note on these things are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, no matter what happens, you always have to admit these things sound absolutely amazing.
I'll tell you what, Arthur, these seats are really comfortable, bro.
They aren't bad. No, they aren't bad. I mean, you got to give Lexus that it still is a Lexus, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a really good way. I mean, Lexus makes great cars. So why couldn't they make a great supercar? Well, they did. I mean, this is, in all essence, a very capable supercar. Limited edition, I think a little over 400 made. I think it's 499.
Okay.
And out of those 499, there was a small select few that were the Nuremberg car that we have in the back.
Oh, like the white one, yeah.
Yeah, like the white one. So these are special. That one's even more special. But I mean, like everybody says, these things just, the exhaust note is just amazing.
It wraps up so quick.
Oh,
That was only to 4,000.
It's like an F1 car. I mean, they sound so beautiful.
Do they still make this vehicle?
No,
Why did they stop?
I gotta think that it's because of production cost. It's very hard, even though, again, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, that it's a Lexus, but it is a Lexus. So, trying to convince somebody that's in the market for a
Ferrari.
$300,000 to $400,000 SuperCar that this is their choice. Now, it doesn't mean that this is not an adequate car. I mean, like I said, the technology, the absolute time that they spent crafting the sound of the car, which they did. They literally had microphones to craft the sound of this car, which is awesome. I mean, because when we think about it, we kind of buy on sound. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't things we buy that don't sound great, but we make them sound better. They made, you wouldn't want to change the exhaust note on this car. It would be sacrilege. Yeah.
I'm impressed. I am impressed. The door is super light. Is it all carbon fiber door too?
I don't think it's all carbon fiber, no, but it's definitely lightweight.
And now, how much is this particular one that you're asking?
So this one is a little over 400,000.
Okay. Wow. So a little over 400,000. That's a Aventador Roadster money.
Oh, it's more than a Aventador Roadster.
Let's take a look at the engine stuff. I'll have to cut this off so you don't die.
Oh, and just to remind all the viewers that we did lower the price of the Aventador Roadster just for Eve.
Did you really?
He has no excuses anymore.
Uh-oh. You took it down from 377 to what? 375?
359,995. So like Walmart, you know, we'll get the whole thing in there.
Wow. You're making this very hard.
So he has no excuses anymore.
No.
Look at this. Isn't this neat? Carbon fiber prop rod.
No way. Wow. I'm just looking at the hood, dude. The hood is even carbon fiber, bro.
Everything.
Typical Lexus stuff, engine covers over most of the engine.
Engine covers, as you see, obviously all these have been hand built.
Yeah.
Twin throttle bodies, which is kind of neat because this takes you back to the day of the 300ZX.
I love that car. Twin turbo version.
The twin turbo, the Z32. I am hoping that's right for all the Z32 owners. Or
if you're wrong, you're going to hear about it.
Right, 1989 to 1995 300ZX twin turbo owners. Don't hate me. I love those cars, but this is what that reminds me of: the twin throttle bodies going up and in. I mean, everything was a work of art on this car. I mean, look at the valve covers. I mean,
they're painted, dude.
Yeah,
is that normal?
No. Well, on this car, yes, but on most cars, no.
Yeah.
Being a functional hood, you have your air intake ducts here that go straight down in.
Yep. On one on each side.
Yep, one on each side. I mean, it's just Lexus. There was absolutely nothing they didn't pay attention to. Nothing. I mean, every ounce piece of this car was sculpted. And it shows.
Yes.
You know, and again, you hate to say the words, and I'm not, again, saying it derogatory, but it is a Lexus. You hate to say it's just a Lexus, but in a good way, Lexus made this. I mean, these guys make pretty ordinary, boring, you know, luxury vehicles.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, they're nice, but they're meant for reliability. They're meant to coach your kids around in. They're really not meant for excitement. Sure, they made the ISF, and I'm not saying they didn't have their time in the sun. It's just that to me, this makes them a whole nother level of awesome, like you guys. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm amazed.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
I'd have to agree.
I mean, even the dumb stuff, like look at the attention on the Lexus.
It's almost like a bevel.
Right. I mean, everything that they did with a purpose. Toomey LFA carbon fiber luggage with the VIN of your car on it. Now, you are absolutely, utterly a baller if you got Toomey LFA luggage going through the airport.
Yeah.
And not only that, you have the serial number of your LFA on it.
That is
this
awesome.
To me, hands down awesome. My hat's off to Lexus. But these cars they're beautiful. But you know, again, they do lack some things. Speed, you know, they aren't slow, they aren't fast.
Okay.
You know,
0 to 60 in the 4s.
You know, I don't know off the top of my head. And I think it's high 3s. But, you know, again, when you're comparing it with its competition, here, the Aventador Roadster.
Yes.
You know, in Top Gear did Lexus no favors when they reviewed these. Not that they didn't say it was a great car, but the problem is they started comparing them to. They had the Aventador and the LFA do a drag race, and I mean, the Aventador didn't just embarrass it. I mean, if I was the guy that owned an LFA, I'd have turned around and just drove away. I wouldn't even came back to the starting line. Like, it was that bad. But the crazy thing was, it sounded so good losing. It looked good losing. It sounded good losing. So it's almost a win, even though it's a loss.
Yeah.
But you know, there's just some things that, you know, they're not modification friendly. So starting to modify these things, you know, you can't do that. You really wouldn't want to change the exhaust note.
No, you would not.
You know, there's just there's good and there's bad. And it's not that it's bad. It's when you're comparing anything, and some people go, oh, well, how can you say an LFA is bad? Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that in comparison, if I'm comparing Gucci loafers to Ferragamo loafers, well, I'm comparing two good products.
Yes.
So it's personal preference in some ways. And yes, some may have, this may be made better than this a little bit, but you're, splitting hairs.
Yeah.
And I get that. That's what we're doing at this point in our lives. We're splitting hairs. We're comparing an LFA to an Aventador.
Yes.
It's not like we're comparing an LFA to a Chevy Corvette.
Right.
And nothing with, don't flame me, the Corvette owners. I'm not asking for flames. I'm just saying
Right.
it's not fair to you because your car didn't cost what this car cost.
Exactly.
Given Chevrolet put $300,000 into a car or plus, then fair comparison. But it's not a fair comparison. We're comparing an LFA to an M3 or, I get that. But we're not doing that. We're comparing an LFA to an Aventador Roadster.
Yes.
And to an Aventador Roadster, it's substandard.
Yep.
And it stinks. And it's more expensive. So it's got a lot of negative going for it.
Yeah.
Not only is it not as fast, doesn't take the modifications well, it's also more expensive.
Okay.
So, at $359 for an Aventador Roadster, the Aventador Roadster to me, I can't say it looks better because this thing looks pretty cool.
I can say it looks better. The freaking Aventador Roadster is kick-ass.
Yeah, it is. But I think that this is definitely just is space age.
Yeah.
The problem is with a lot of it is, again, and I've said it 19 times now, or God knows how many, but it's a Lexus. Nothing against it. I just don't think it's your car.
Yep, it's not. But it was cool to look at. It was very comfortable inside. It sounds great. I enjoyed, hanging around the car. The instrument cluster is really beautiful too.
Absolutely.
TFT, my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not for me. First of all, it's not a Roadster. So,
That also kills it too.
Yeah.
I mean, the headroom, even if you were comfortable, is still a little bit sketchy.
a little bit.
You want to see something truly funny?
Yeah.
And actually cool?
Yeah.
Okay, ready. Drum roll. Where's the motor?
What the hell? Where's the motor?
I will give you the Aventador if you can guess where the motor's at in this car.
Okay. It's taken out to get modified.
Wrong.
Okay. No Aventador for me, for free at least. It's in the back?
Ta-da!
What? I would never guess that.
This is a Lamborghini Gallardo that was modified, and they put a Mustang body on it. They call it the Tracktoria.
Oh my gosh.
Only one exists in the world because I think only one human being was crazy enough to buy a Gallardo, disassemble it, buy a brand new Mustang, disassemble that to make this.
Now this is rather unique.
This is pretty cool. This has a full Lamborghini Gallardo interior. Everything works. All the Lamborghini buttons function as it should.
Wow.
It's all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Because it has a Lamborghini drivetrain in it. Why do people climb Mount Everest? To say they did it, everybody says it's a stupid idea, you're going to kill yourself,
Yeah.
but people still climb Mount Everest. Well,
Yeah.
this is what happens when you give a car guy too much money and time.
No crap.
I like it. I think it's cool. Since I've had this here, like I'll have one of my clients walk by and I'll go, I'll tell you what, I'll give you money if you can guess what motor's in this.
Right.
And they're like, well, what? It's a Mustang. What is it, a V6? What did they do to it? And I'm like, no. And then I lift it up and ta-da, no motor.
No motor.
I'm like, look, I'm David Copperfield. Somebody should hire me. I don't make elephants disappear. I make Mustang motors disappear. So really cool car, unique. If people Google Tracktoria, they can find the whole story behind it. It was actually pretty publicized. It was a SEMA car. People kind of forgot about it, so that's why it's kind of neat that we have it now, because again, you would never guess that somebody would do that, but it's super neat. Again, Gallardo taillights.
Yeah.
The Gallardo wing, the hydraulic wing works. It actually comes up at speed and goes down.
Gallardo exhaust.
Gallardo exhaust. Gallardo drivetrain, wheels, everything. It's just an absolute awesome thing, even though it's a why would you do that thing, it's still awesome that somebody did do it.
Yeah. Wow. You can't say that you guys don't have super unique vehicles here, that's for sure.
We have everything across the board. We have everything. I mean, it is sometimes, I forget how awesome it is to do what we do. You know, we just had that discussion earlier. I mean, you get to play with bikes every day. I get to play with cars every day. And the thing is, it wasn't always that way. You know, I mean, it's not that you and I woke up yesterday morning and, you know, you had a nice house and were able to buy Range Rovers and bikes as you wanted. I didn't wake up in a nice condo with the availability to buy what I can buy.
Right.
You know, you struggle to get there, but it's not really struggling when you're doing what you love.
You're doing what you love, exactly.
When you do what you love, it's passion. I mean, I love cars. When you're passionate, you're passionate. And I think
and it shows. It definitely shows, Arthur, that you're passionate about these cars.
You too. I mean, you watch your videos about the bikes, and I mean, the culture and the fun that we have. I mean, just the fun that we had with our recent video with my Mercedes and your BMW.
Yes.
It's just fun.
That was a blast. I love that damn car, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to drive it again.
It's fun. All right. Well, I guess
Thanks, Arthur.
We'll see you Monday. And don't forget in the comments to remind Ebe, as I have, that we did reduce the price. Again, this is Walmart. We're rolling the prices back, and we rolled it back on the Aventador. He has no excuses.
No excuse. $359,
$995.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man.
See you later, Ebe.
Thanks, buddy. So yeah, we got to see some awesome cars today. We got to see the awesome Lexus LFA, and then this hybrid mix of a Ford Mustang and a Lamborghini Gallardo. Unfortunately, we couldn't get inside this beast because we don't know where the door handles are and we don't have the keys to it, but we can look inside to see that it is in fact a Lamborghini Gallardo interior all the way in this vehicle. So that's going to wrap it up for our episode here of Mondays at Marshall's. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap the bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. We're going to hang out here in the warehouse a lot more and check out some of these amazing cars in next week's episode. Don't know what it's going to be, but I can assure you it's going to be an awesome vehicle for sure. So don't forget, tune in next week to see what we're going to talk about. We'll catch you guys next time on SuperCar Shopping. You guys take care.